Okay. Okay, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the friends who have joined here and to the friends who are watching online. Thank you very much for joining again. Today being day 18 of our 21-day joyful meditation program organized by PSSMUSA, and I'm Sreekanth Garla from Atlanta. So first of all, let's give a great pranamams to our Grandmaster, Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji, friends, without whom uh, this path, this wonderful path, cannot be possible. So friends, hope you all enjoyed the session. I know it went on little late than expected, probably an hour late, but every bit of that information was so useful, so I was not able to stop it. So people who have missed it can always go back to the YouTube and have a look at it, my dear friends, because the whole subject, what was taught, was amazing. I felt the violet flame on how to utilize and how that can benefit each one of us is well explained. So we'll also know more about it in coming sessions. And tomorrow, being a Friday, we'll be uh, doing some fun activity related to that. So please watch out, and then we'll see how we can. What are the tools available to do it and all that stuff, right? So, so friends, let's get on to our today's session. Today being a Thursday, and the today's session should fall onto Swadhyaya, which is we'll talk about a book. Definitely, we wanted to talk about a book, but before that, the Chakra 101, what we spoke on Tuesday, we were halfway through. Probably three more chakras were there, so let's complete that, and then we'll go for a book, and then we'll get on to meditation, my dear friends. Okay. So with that, let's start today's session. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, hope you are able to see this. Let me minimize this also. Okay. So friends, I'm just coming one step back because we had a gap in between yesterday, right? So let's quickly recap of what we did this week. We are in this week to talk about the whole body, the concept of body, the science behind the body, and with that we started what are our various seven bodies available, right? And we said the physical body is the outermost, and all the other layers are like an onion peel, my dear friends. Like if you peel, there is another body. If you peel, there is another body, like that. So it's a physical body. The etheric body is the energy body. We talked about the emotional body, where all our emotions are light, and mental body is the mind residing body, and causal body is where we said the soul resides, and that's where all our wisdom, what we carry from our all these lifetimes, is all residing there. So with that, so much of information and so much of wisdom we carried, we could always have our mental body get support from our causal body, instead of, because all the experience what we have gained is our own experience. So it is always better that our mind depends on our own experiences rather than outside experiences, which we do not know if it would work for us or not. So that is the main reason why we need all this alignment to happen. All this physical body, the etheric body, emotional, mental, causal, all these has to be aligned, so that then we can achieve the spiritual body and the divine body consciousness. So that's how we spread our aura, right? So that's what we spoke about. And then we talked about the Chakra 101, the basic how does the chakra system work. And we said this is all the transformers on how it passes on energies to various parts, and uh, what are the balanced ways of functionality. If the chakra is balanced, how does it perform? Or if it is excess, how does it perform? Or if it is deficit, how does it perform? Is that what we have been saying? And our the bottommost chakra is the root chakra, and then sacral, the solar, and the heart chakra is where we covered. So let's go further, my dear friends. So all this is what we have seen. Root chakra is the Muladhara, sacral chakra is the Swadhisthana, solar plexus is in the stomach, which is Manipura, and the heart chakra is at the heart level, and Anahata is what we spoke about the other day. So let's go further. The next chakra is the throat chakra, which lies at the throat. So which is the name of it is also called Vishuddha. So this is all controlled based on your communication, my dear friends, because that's where the throat is. And I think we have also spoke about the importance of the speaking, right? In one of these sessions we spoke about that every word we utter should be a wisdom sharing, or it should be a value add to the person who is listening, right? So all that can happen only when this particular chakra is in the balanced condition. That's where it has that good communication skills, and uh, the expressing of truth, because truth is uh, so raw in nature, my dear friends, right? Any truth, it is very raw in nature, so you need the courage to speak the truth, right? So that's where when it is balanced you are able to express, because you have that enough energy to pass on the truth, and you will always be balanced between speaking and listening. So we talked about that also, my dear friends, how important the listening is, because if you do not listen, there is no gain of wisdom. It is always you are talking, but you do not learn. You learn only when you listen. So we need to know when to speak and when to listen. So that balance, if we will be able to achieve only when this chakra, the third chakra, is at the balanced level, my dear friends. If not, so we'll see what happens if it is excess, right? The gossip is the main mm, negative force which happens, and that happens because we have excess energy in the throat chakra, my dear friends. So if any of us of that nature, we we clearly can see that, okay, our energy is wasting in this manner, so I'll have to balance my energy so that I do not do any gossips, because gossiping is doesn't make any sense. It does not add value, and you are talking about a third person who is not here. Doesn't make sense, my dear friends. Totally waste of energy, right? If we stop this one gossip, my dear friends, you will gain lot of time in your 24-hour period of a day. So for people who say that I do not have time for meditation, the first recommendation what masters do is you stop the gossip. You would automatically get time, right? Because without knowing or unknowingly, we have fine tuned our lifestyle with gossip, which is totally unnecessary, my dear friends. And always, because you're always talking, you'll want to be center of attraction, right? And as we said, there is no real substance to it. It is all imaginary talk or whatever you heard with various levels of layers. You do not know is that truth or not. It is, you're just talking just by listening to somebody which is not even your experience, right? So there's no point. So that is all the characteristics of when this throat chakra has the excess energy, my dear friends. And if it is deficient, that energy, opposite, right? You become introvert, you are shy, you are weak in nature, your voice is weak, you're afraid to talk, because you might feel that, okay, somebody might feel wrong, or is my grammar right, or is my sentence right. You'll always be in that kind of a mode when the energy is deficient, my dear friends. Okay. And so difficulty speaking about closest to your heart, that's again true, right? Because since you are afraid of sharing, you do not even share your emotions, right? Because that's where we should be able to express our feelings, our because of that shyness, and because of being introvert, you'll not be able to share what is there in your heart, right? So that is where your deficiency is, from the throat chakra, my dear friends. So, of course, the theme is I communicate, because this is all about talking and listening. That's why the theme is communicate. Okay. So, that's about throat chakra. Let's go further up. And the next chakra is the Agna, which is the third eye chakra. This is again so important because this is related to mind. Because we always have been saying that mind is a important faculty what we have, and if we use it in the right way, it will work for us. Or if it is not used in the right way, then it is working against us. So that's what is happening with all of us, my dear friends. So we need to make this chakra in a balanced condition. So what is the advantage of being balanced? This is what it is. So good initiative, perspective abilities, intuitive, right? Not initiative, intuitive. So you'll have, because you have that third chakra, third eye, which means you are two eyes outside, my dear friends, to see the outside world, right? When you activate the third eye, which means you will see inward, right? That is where we need to see. That is where our intuitiveness would expand. Or intuitiveness is already there, but this eye is shut, so it is not able to see it. We are not able to hear to it because this eye is shut. So we need to activate it. We need to balance it. Only then that intuitiveness will you'll be able to listen. Otherwise, that's happening already, but we are in a closed format. That's why we are not able to hear, right? And ability to imagine, of course, right? Your imaginatory, your visualization would increase, because you are now able to see the world from inside out, right? So your imaginatory things would increase a lot, right? You're able to have a guiding vision, of course. When you know the inside out, you will know what the next step is. Your sixth sense, right? What you are about to happen. The always that intuitiveness will tell you what is the next step to happen, so that it will guide you in a proper manner, right? Of course, calming the mind is a very basic functionality, because this is all mind related activities, and the balanced energy would help you that. So what happens even at this level, my dear friends? There are excessive and deficient. So let's see what happens if this chakra is active but over energetic, right? So difficulty in concentration, because it is too much of energy, like you are seeing the sun like with open eyes, right? Too much of energy, you cannot see it. That's the exact what happens when it has excess energy. It is a flashy, you will not be able to concentrate much. And because it has an excessive the nightmares. So way to imagine, way to dream, right, is different with the nightmares. Here, since the excessive energy, you are not having control with that balanced energy, so it is going haywire with that visualization. But if it is a controlled visualization, then it is a beautiful dream. Otherwise it's a nightmare, because it's not controllable, it's an excess, right? Then because it's excess, you are not able to understand the dream, what you see and what you live, which is truth and which is false, right? Which is fantasy. Will not be able to differentiate, because everything looks similar. But if you have the balanced energy, you would exactly know what I'm thinking and what I'm doing, right? Because you're able to differentiate. So what happens when it is deficient? Poor memory. uh, so this poor memory is, again, it's related to mind, but this initiates that memory aspect, right? It because that it is deficient, the it tries to take up the mind's energy, but it is not able to because it is deficient, and that's where your memory is lost, because you are trying to pull from the mind. And and difficulty in visualizing, right? Because you need to have enough energy to do the visualization. You need to get onto that empty field, only then you'll be able to visualize, right? Otherwise you do not have enough energy to go to that empty field. So all this would happen if you go to the empty field, my dear friends. And that empty field will come when your mind is totally with you. And if it is filled with thoughts, then it does not have space to get into that emptiness. So that's why always we need to find the space between those thoughts and maneuver. That's how we'll be able to activate that third eye. Of course, the theme is I see. So that's about Agna Chakra, which is very, very important because to build the intuitiveness. The next one is the final chakra, my dear friends. This is called crown chakra, also called Sahasrara in Sanskrit terms, and it is laid on the crown of the head, on the center. This is the place where it's also called Brahmarandra, my dear friends, in Sanskrit. So the energy flows through this spot, and then it is how it distributes. So 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 though it is coming through that part, it is not able to store because it is giving away all the energy down, right? So to other parts. So if you want to fill up the energy till here, you should be able to balance all your energies in all the chakras. Only then you'll be able to reach. So it's like filling a tank, right? You'll fill the tank from bottom up, and it has to reach to the full level, which means it has to go up to the level. But so similarly here, you will also have to reach up to all those bodies what we talked about, right? To achieve this status of Sahasrara, my dear friends. So what happens if this energy is balanced? You can witness consciousness, right? Because you are at the level of the topmost chakra. You'll able to witness from inside what the consciousness is about. You'll be able to understand the everything is consciousness, right? So that's where that spiritual body comes into play, that everything has that consciousness. That's where you'll achieve when this chakra is in the balanced mode. So you will be able to change and challenge your belief systems. Again, it's part of your subconscious mind, so which needs to be changed. This is one other topic what we'll see tomorrow, my dear friends. In one of our videos, I'm going to show how to change those belief systems, because our belief systems are so strong, which have been filled by the society, not which is not filled by our own experience, right? So it has strongly gone and sat into that subconscious mind, which is where we need to dig out and take out all those, clear up all those, and fill with our own experiences. And all that is possible only when you have this chakra in the balanced mode. And also it can happen only in the surrenderance, right? So you surrender to whom? Surrender to ourselves, surrender to our soul. So we'll have to surrender to ourselves. Yes, I totally believe that, yes, I am the superpower. I have all the capabilities, and we surrender to that capabilities, right? It's not that, okay, now I have the power, I'll go use it on others. Then that's a negative energy, right? You should believe in yourself that you have your powers and you use it for yourself. So that is total surrenderance. So what happens when it is excessive energy? So even at this level, there are cases where you will have excess energy, right? So overdeveloped intellect. So intellect, again, my dear friends, it's like a sharp knife, right? So, and your intellect should be sharp, but you should have the knowledge of using that sharp knife when required, right? You cannot take the intellect and go to the level of a spiritual body or a divine body, because you can take your intellect only to the level mm, of your materialistic world, my dear friends. Only if you drop that intellect, only then you'll be able to go to the higher worlds. It's not that you then believe blindly, it's not that, but it should go outside your three dimensions, because you are mm, uh, uh, so much you are drilled with saying, okay, this is your boundaries, this you cannot go beyond this, right? And we are trying to see only within that. So to operate within this, yes, you need intellect. But if you wanted to look other dimensions, like even your third eye, right, it's another dimension. So you cannot take intellect and go to the third eye, right? Because you are seeing inward, which means what you have not seen in this three-dimensional world, you are seeing totally in a different dimension. So you cannot take intellect there. So if you have that excess energy, then you'll always take your intellect and then you'll fail. But you should be able to balanced energy, and only then you'll be able to witness all that. Okay, so that's why you should know when to use that intellect as a sharp knife, again, like a sword, right? You keep it in that uh, what do you call that sword container, right? I don't know, I forgot the name. So you keep it in that, you use it only when you take it, only when you want to use it, right? It should be like that. Intellect should be used when needed. Spiritual addiction, right? So the uh, total, what the exercise, what this whole thing, what we are doing is eventually to be happier and merrier and joyful in our daily life, my dear friends. So what happens if this energy is excess? Then you will take it so seriously that you will leave your family, you will leave your life. You wanted to take up sannyasi, like that, right? So you become more addiction to it. But that's how that excess energy will take you. But if you have the balanced manner, you will you will be with the environment, but still happier and merrier, because you are able to balance it, right? And confusion is again a basic uh, uh, the the confusion comes when you are not able to understand again, right? So should that path is right or this path is right? Going, taking sannyasi, or going to Himalayas, going alone, is that right? Or living with all this is right? You'll always be confused, right, if you have that excess energy. But it should be always balanced. You should try to be in the environment. If you are done with all your requirements, now you will give back, help the society, not just go away out of all this, right? You should be in the society. And if you do not have any personal needs, now help the society, because society has given to you, environment has given to you, the nature has given to you so much. Now let's give back, being here, rather than going away from all this, right? So that's where that confusion comes, when you have that excess energy. And when you have deficient energy, then now you are becoming spiritual egoistic. That's when most of our so-called god man, we call, right? So they all are in that level of, they have reached to the sastra level, but they're efficient in their energies. They think they know it all, right? They, whatever information or knowledge they have is what is right, and nothing else is correct. So they would not accept anybody else. They do not accept any more knowledge. They feel they know everything. So so that should not be the case, right? We should always be in the learning mode. We should always learn from others and give to others, right? So that circulation has to be there, otherwise then it would be stagnant. So that all that feelings will happen when you have this deficient energy, my dear friends. So theme here again is I know, right? So these are all the chakras, my dear friends. We talked about all the seven chakras, and we spoke about what are the typical functionalities. Of course, each one there is huge subject, my dear friends. I have taken only the the essence of it, and I've shown you so that it is easy to understand. Now we can explore. If we have more, we could go explore. So I'll also show you the book where you can explore little bit. We call that as a Bible for meditation, right? It is a spiritual handbook. So you should have it in your hand and refer to that for any spiritual intakes. So that's what I'll show you shortly. Before that, there's again the last slide wherein um, this is the program which is coming, starting on this Monday. So, Journey Towards True Path. So, please register, my dear friends. It's a free program, and there are various topics what we discussed in our this 21 days, but it will be in much more detail because it's a 1 hour session of wisdom and then 1 hour of meditation. So there are much more lengthier, and also there are various. You can hear it from various masters. That's the beauty. Now I've been talking most of the topics here alone, right? But there you will be listening to different masters so that you learn from all their experiences all under one platform. So this is the registration form link. So we'll post this again in our group, in WhatsApp group. So do register. Again, it's free, but registration is needed so that we can put you all in that group, and then you can share our daily sessions or daily flyers, or any if speaker is sharing any of the wisdom documents, we could also share in that group. That's the whole reason why registration is needed. Okay. So that's all, friends, about
Is
the.
this sorry, is this
Yeah.
the one step forward to what this
Yes, of
course is?
course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. So it's
Thank you.
much more in detail, much more mm, more explanation and more practice, right? Here we have been doing everything in 1 hour, trying to fit in 1 hour, but there we'll be doing more in detail and more topics also. It's not all the topics what we discussed. There will be much more topics also. So definitely it will be one step ahead.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And now I quickly want to share one book for today, my dear friends. This one. So this again, we'll put it in the drive and we'll share. And this is what I was talking about. This was written by Dr. Newton Kundaveti. He's a master from who practiced meditation through our master Patriji, but he started his own university, life university, and he has come up with this book, Art and Science of Meditation. And this we call it as a Bible, my dear friends, for basic questions of what meditation is. And the most of the topics what we discussed in this whole of our 21 days, most of it is part of this book also. So it is one book reference you could find. So let's quickly go to the contents and see what is all that this book covers. Okay. So if you see here, so he talks about what is meditation, what is the history, and what are the various types of meditation, and why this Anapanasati meditation is important. He talks about all that, and what are the myths and misconceptions about meditation, because there are so many myths, right? Meditation is not easy, is a myth, or you want to control your mind is a myth. It's not that control, right? We need to find the space between those thoughts. We do not want to control the thoughts. That's not possible at all. So all those are myths. He talks about those things here, and how to meditate. What is the position? We've been talking on a daily basis about all this. When to meditate, right? And where to meditate. There is no particular place, right? We can meditate anywhere. How long to meditate? So how much is long, how much is short, all that he explains very clearly. And are there any restrictions for meditations? Are there any distractions? Yeah, all questions about meditations are answered in this first, and it also shows all the experiences. What are the various experiences you can get in meditation? That's all he talks about in those 10 chapters. And various stages of meditation he talks about. He talks about the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Patriji's Yoga Sutras, how different they are. He talks about those. What is Buddha's path? He talks about that. So this is, I think, about 160 pages or so, but it's a small book, thin book, small book. So very easy to read, and every information is very important. And it talks about the psychological benefit, the physical benefits of meditation, right? There are mental relationships. How can you improve your relationships? How can you improve your social benefits? All that is spoken. And science behind meditation, right? So how does the brain waves work? Uh, how does the whole nervous system works? How does the energy passes from these nervous system? Very scientifically explained about this whole energy process in this, my dear friends, right? And also to our daily life, how meditation helps in our daily life, right? Right, like how to manage your emotions, how to manage your, again, your relationships, your work life, right? All that, how can meditation help in all these aspects, is very well explained. And then he talks about your inward journey, right there. That is where all these topics of chakras, all these are coming. Yeah, all these comes here. The we talked about the various bodies, the various chakras, all that comes in these chapters, my dear friends, right? So most of the topics, the what we discussed, are in this book. So I would recommend everybody to use this as your reference book. You read it once and keep on referring it, and it's like almost like a Bhagavad Gita, my dear friends, for meditation, right? Bhagavad Gita covers a lot more aspects, but this one purely about meditation. So the full coverage of meditation. That's what I would recommend. Okay, so I'll provide this PDF and I'll put it in the group so you can read it at your free time. So that's about our Swadhyaya, my dear friends. Any questions, anybody? We'll just leave it for about 10 seconds and then we'll go into meditation. Okay, so let's get on to meditation, my dear friends. Make your room as dark as possible and sit in a comfortable position, either in a sofa or on the floor. If you're on a sofa, you'll cross your legs, you'll clasp your fingers, you'll close your eyes. Now let's totally relax our body, starting from our head to the toe. Let's relax our forehead, space between the eyebrows, your neck, shoulders, just free it up. Knowingly, unknowingly, they are tightened, my dear friends. So just free it up. Relax your back, the upper back and the lower back, and lean your back, but please do not lean your head. And then just relax your hands, wrists, your thighs, knees, legs, and the toes, my dear friends. Just relax. Now let's get on to our breath, my dear friends. The inflow and the outflow of the breath, which is very, very tender and natural flow. We do not need to force. The breath is already happening, my dear friends. Breath goes from one nostril to the nose, then goes to the throat and to the stomach and comes back same way, stomach, throat, to the nose, and then back from the other nostril. Let's not think about any or family members, no husband, no wife, no kids, not at this moment. Just you and your breath, my dear friends. No chanting inward or outward. No godly images at this point. No Sita, no Rama, no Buddha, no Jesus. Just you. Your breath is your Guru. Just follow your Guru, my dear friends. We'll play some soft music. You just follow your breath. Friends, each time your mind is going out, bring it back to the breath. Let's let's find those gaps, friends. Gaps between those thoughts. If you're able to spend 1 second in that gap, then you are a Buddha for that 1 second, my dear friends. If you're able to extend that for more time, for 10 seconds, for a minute or 2 minutes, for that period, you are a Buddha. This emptiness can be achieved in small blocks. Need not be the entire at one go. That small blocks we need to build up that emptiness. Need to increase that from a second to 5 seconds to 10 seconds, and over a period we'll become entirely Buddha ourselves. But let's start slowly and get into the practice of extending that gap, my dear friends. Friends, let's enjoy being in that emptiness. When you are in that emptiness, there is a lot of cosmic energy which flows into your body through the Brahmarandra, and it goes into all these chakras, and then it gets distributed to the respective areas, my dear friends. This particular activity happens normally even without meditation in your sleep, but only in your deep sleep. In today's world, since we are not able to achieve the deep sleep due to various distractions, meditation is the alternative method to get into the same status, but, but in a conscious mode. So let's get into that mode and let's source the energy, my dear friends. Energy is the key. Let's get deeper and deeper, my dear friends. Friends, let's get deeper and deeper. Enjoy that moment. Enjoy that thinking. That is also called as quantum field, my dear friend. Quantum energy. The whole science, quantum science, comes from that space. Final 2 minutes, my dear friends. Just keep that moment. Do not open your eyes, please. Just do that moment. Final 1 minute, my dear friends. Just try to get back to your physical senses. Feel, feel your body, feel your hands, feel your legs. Just remember any of the experiences you have gained in that emptiness. Please do not open your eyes yet. Final 30 seconds. Final 10 seconds, my dear friends. Do not open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, friends, slowly place both your hands on your eyes and let all that energy go back into your body through your eyes, my dear friends, for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can now slowly take off your hands and open your eyes with that energetic and smiling face, my dear friends. Take your time, take your time, look around, have some water. That was a short session, but very energetic one. Thank you. Give a big clap for yourself. If you want to share anything, any questions, please feel free. I just want to make another announcement. So let me share my screen once again. Just one quick thing I wanted to show. The okay, hope you are able to see this flyer. So this is the inauguration day for that journey towards true path, what I was showing the flyer earlier. So this is on Monday, my dear friends, morning 6 to 8 Eastern. So we are having our Grand Master Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji joining us for that event. And please, if you are registering or not, but please attend this opening session so you can get some insights. And also, my main thing is, since I'm hosting it, you will have a chance to talk to Patri sir directly, right? So normally, I'm not sure if you have had a chance to talk earlier. It's not that he's not reachable, but you would not know how to reach. But this would be a very good platform to talk to Patri sir, ask any question or share any of your experiences. So we'll be able to help you. Since I'm hosting, I have some liberty. I can pull you in. So think it over. You can give me your names if you are interested, so that I'll list out and I'll call you on that day while the session is happening. So I would also post this as a reminder, but I would request all of you to think it over and give your names if you are interested tomorrow, my dear friends. Okay. And so tomorrow is a Friday, my dear friends. Again, probably we'll do meditation in the first half, and then we'll get on to some fun stuff like probably we'll see short videos about probably we'll see about law of attraction and how to mm, change our belief system. So all that we'll see some short videos, but we'll do our meditation first. Okay. So that's all I wanted to announce, my dear friends. If you have any questions, anything you wanted to ask, anything you want to share, please feel free. You can unmute yourself or put it in the comments or show it in the reactions, either of it. Cool. So thank you, friends. Thanks again. And we'll wrap it up. If you do not have anything else to discuss, let's wrap it up and see you all tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and 7 a.m. India time, my dear friends. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Mention about meeting with Patri. I slept as usual in meditation. Okay. What I was telling is to RP Garu. So on Monday, the inauguration day, we are inviting Patri sir. So you'll have a chance to talk to him if you are interested. So please give your name by tomorrow. If you wanted to ask a question or share your experience, you can give your name and I'll note it down, and we'll call you on that day when sir is there, so that you'll have a chance to talk to him directly.
Where should I give the name? Is it send you separately?
Yes, you can ping me separately or put it in the chat here, either ways.
Okay. Okay,
So
thank you.
give your full name, from where you are, so that I'll make a note.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Okay.